Yo, what's going on, guys? My ass just woke up, so I'm tired. Chances are, if you're watching this, I have a very strong feeling it's the first video you'll see of me. You know, as if, like, this is the one that... I don't know. Like, I don't think you'll be directed to this video from something else I did, but... Something. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I figured not obligated to make it, but... Yeah, felt obligated to make it. Sorry, tired. Anyway, I've found that racism is just the most ridiculous thing ever. And I know it's not funny, but at times you gotta think about it. And, you know, when there's something so ridiculous sometimes, I actually do find it funny. For instance, you will see all these people on Facebook. Hate it, but still. See all these people on Facebook and shit. And it's like, anytime they post a joke, it's always gotta be, oh yeah, this is what I said. But then a dumb white bitch, yeah, I just never understood that. Or vice versa, you know? I just don't, like, I've had people tell me stories and shit and be like, yeah, I knocked that white boy out. Or yeah, I beat the shit out of that black kid or something like that. And I always thought to myself, like, why brag about the race, right? Like that, if anything, that should be the most least, you know, the most least important factor in the story. And I feel like it's just a cheap shot for people to slip it in there. And I know I only gave like black and white examples, no pun intended, but you know, it's all races together. I was mentioning this to my teacher, and it seemed like they, well, not my teacher, but another teacher in one of my schools, and it seemed like they couldn't just get it through their head. Um, I was like, yeah, I don't get it. It's just a color. And by the way, this was like this year or the year before that, so it's not like I was a little kid like, what's racism? No, I was saying, I was like, you know, I do not understand this. It's just the color, that's it. What, so if we were all blind, what would we judge by then? The tone of our voice or the texture, coarseness of our hair? You know, I think racism is ridiculous. And thanks to our past generations and even what's going on now, you know, in the whole world, it's kind of hard to just look at it as a color. Because then you'll always have someone say, hey, you know, well, what about us being slaves and, you know, like 100, 200 years ago? And I'd say, you know what, you're probably right. We fucked up. But, you can't hold on to the past. And by the way, don't think I'm just targeting this like black people. I'm just using examples, and why would I be targeting at anyone since the rant is on why I hate racism? But I feel if that was my scenario, would I be bitter? Yeah. But at the same time, you gotta leave the past behind you where it's meant to be and move onward. You know, would you really want to be stuck bitching about the past when someone could say, you know, if you leave this behind you, you'll have much greater benefits in the future. Yeah, I just don't understand racism. And it kind of makes me sad that as a human race, these are the problems we come up with. You know, you'd think there'd be more important problems like finding, I guess, better sources for water or something like that. But we focus on the color of someone's skin. Not the way they think, the fucking color of it. I just don't understand it, man. If I had a friend that was Asian, black, Hispanic, and half his face burned off, if this kid was a good friend and never let me down, this kid would be my best friend. You know? I just don't understand how some people can hate, like, what? Hispanics, black people, Asians, white people. I don't understand it. Japanese. I understand more in the religious part, just because that's kind of a widespread moral issue. But at the same time, I don't. Real fast on religion, like, a lot of people say, oh, look at Westboro Baptist Church, that's what, you know, Christians are. I'm Christian, but that's extremism. You know, that's being an extremist. And, It's whatever. I mean, everybody's always going to take something to the next level. You know, like the KKK. If I was a black person born into this world, and that's the first thing I saw, yeah, I could understand that you could hate white people, because you don't understand, you think that that's all it is. But I just hope things get better. I just feel like it's a color, you know? And history aside, people could make things better. And for what it's worth, I'm not some like hardcore left wing or hardcore right wing for the matter. You know, I'm not trying to make like a political stance here to let you know. I don't associate that with how I feel politically. Just to let you know. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not a pussy or anything like that. Like I'd never. Like some of these politicians I see saying shit, it's just no. Don't think I'm a hippie for world peace or some shit like that. You know, I just think racism is absolutely ridiculous. And past aside, if you want to start fixing the world, you don't do it next week or tomorrow and an hour from now. You do it now. And that's why I feel like if the past is the past and you start now, then maybe the color of your skin really just is a color. If you start thinking about how you could change the world today, yes, the color of your skin just is a color. But then if you think about the past and you think about everything associated with it, yes, oh, well, this color got me through this shit, and, you know, oh, well, because of this color I was a slave, or because I was deported or something like that, you know. Sorry, that was kind of sloppy. But I just hope that makes sense, you know, and I'm really tired, by the way. I know it looks like I'm high. I'm not. I don't get high. I don't, ever. But, yeah, I kind of hope this just opens some people's eyes up. Usually I have better rants, you know, and usually I have better things to say. Well, I mean, actually, you know what? Out of all my rants, this is probably the best topic I've ever chosen. Usually I have a better sentence structure, and usually I have a better audible tone, I guess, a way of making myself heard. But, you know, I do hope it makes sense to you, you know, because I'll never be racist, ever. And I stand by that for the rest of my life. You know, if an Asian dude came in my house and killed my family, would that make my ass bittersweet? Yeah. Not bittersweet, fuck. Bitter, sorry. But, doesn't mean I hate Asians, you know. It's just ridiculous. The color of your skin or the way you look physically can seriously affect someone's opinion and judgment on how you treat them as a person. Right? So I bet if somebody hated white people, all of a sudden if I had a lot of money, they treat me a lot better. You know, it's just like you gotta put that shit aside and truly judge someone on how they act. Because if I judge someone superficially, I probably wouldn't have a lot of friends. My friends are some ugly ass motherfuckers. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry, I was fucked up.